Black bodies on the line, always trying to survive, y'all. Sometimes having close calls. Can't see the writing on the dirt walls, stepping lightly to avoid the deep falls, the traps that snap upon our tender minds, teaching us to love crap and to hate our own kind. Gold of the ghetto, never been refined, staying rough, thinking it's enough to be strong.
Pruitt, Igoe, A Moment in Time. It's a Lou thing, straight out of Uncle Leon's photo album. Past, present, and future.
Survival of the fit, careful or you take a hit. Lives stuck together with dirt and spit. That's it, black bodies on the line, always trying to survive, y'all. Sometimes having close calls, can't see the writing on the dirt walls, stepping lightly to avoid the deep falls. Moms on food stamps and welfare, daddy going and broke camp, can't be found nowhere. Underneath the street lamps where we say our best prayer. Baby brother dealing drugs and got shot in the head. Baby sister lost hope, won't get out of bed. Whole neighborhoods are war zone, calling hits from the car phone. Black bodies on the line, always trying to survive, y'all. Sometimes having close calls, stepping lightly to avoid the deep falls. Can't see the writing on the dirt walls, trying to discern the way out of all this pain. Ain't got time to learn how to turn this loss to gain. Living under strain, so much we can't contain the anger that we sometimes feel for one another. All this heat and passion driving us to kill our brother. We got to learn how to really search out life. See it clearly like a cut from a sharp knife. Set our feet on God's true path. Then we'll understand some godly math. 1 and 1 is more.
A story through pictures. What does family look like? A Moment in Time, straight out of Uncle Leon's photo album, offers a glimpse of a tight-knit community that strongly resembles an extended family. The Pruitt Igoe public housing complex was home for thousands of people. Some blood relatives, others new friends. For almost 2 decades, this family included church folks, gangsters, business owners, and community activists. How did it start? What were the benefits and the shortcomings? Why did it end? Pruitt Igoe, A Moment in Time. Poor housing conditions in what was called the Negro District of St. Louis led to the development of a huge public housing complex in the DeSoto Carr neighborhood, a few miles northwest of downtown St. Louis. It was a perfect candidate for the city's urban renewal program. It was time to improve conditions for those living in the 2-story dilapidated brick row houses. Federal funds from Housing and Urban Development under the Nixon administration were used to construct the huge complex. Segregation was normal at the time. After all, it was the early 1950s. That's why half of the complex was designed to house black families. Those units were called Pruitt homes. The other half would house white families. That was called the William Igoe Apartments. Local folks just called it Pruitt Igoe. A host of dignitaries attended the groundbreaking for the Pruitt homes on May 23, 1952. Among them was Melanie Pruitt, mother of fallen Tuskegee Airman Wendell Pruitt. The entire complex, upon completion, would consist of 33 11-story buildings sitting on a little over 57 acres. It was a huge mass of concrete and steel, designed in the modernist architectural style. By the fall of 1954, black tenants were moving into Pruitt homes. Tenants began moving into Igoe apartments in 1956. But within 5 years, whites slowly started moving out. It was easier for them to move to the western or southern areas of the city. The occupants were extremely impressed with amenities and the cleanliness of the apartments. The original tenants considered themselves fortunate to live in this complex. It was a step up from the tenement housing they came from. Families knew one another. Relatives and friends of the early occupants started moving in. They shared good times. 2 or 3 generations of the same families bonded over the years. Some lived better than others due to their lifestyle.
Today, the sky I am, receiving fluttery youth and buzzing drinkers of nectar.
Hi, my name is Gail Parker Brown, and I lived in the Pruitt Igoe project from 1956 to 1963. But we watched the Igoe being built up from the ground, from our window, from our 5th floor window, 2251, 513, O'Fallon. In our family, we had 9 kids and my mother and father. It was like our own little village, because we had everybody was your mother, was your father, and they watched over us, you know. And I just loved being there in the projects.
The sky I am, receiving fluttery youth and buzzing drinkers of nectar, sighing morning crystals upon hillside petals. Today, the flower grown up to bud through concrete paths, to laugh my colors at brown children's songs, weaving the sound of music